Hello and welcome. I am IkarosFaln, your professional quarter-time after-work VTuber in training. To all the chatters, lurkers, and bot enjoyers out there, thank you for joining me. I hope you're having a great day. Excuse me. So. Yesterday was a collab day with Shiro and Thickness. Played some just nonsense, having fun. Helldivers 2. Checking out the new cityscapes that are showing up in the bug and robot worlds now. Definitely started to feel more like not Transformers, goddammit. Started to feel more like Starship Troopers and Terminator. That's the T word I was trying to say. Terminator. So, yeah. I mean, my comfort zone in that game is still absolutely level 3, maybe level 4, so jumping straight into 5 and then up to 10 was a little bit much for me. I mean, we had fun, and I'll play that game with them again at those difficulties, sure, but it was tough, but fun. Damn it, another stink bug is in my room. How do they keep getting in? Whatever, they don't bother me. So. Yesterday was going to be the day that I do this, but I'll prioritize a collab, for sure. Today is my second month doing a, I'm gonna start calling it my VTuber diary. Because I would tentatively, my plans have changed. I know the last time I did one of these, I said I'll do it for month 1, 3, 6, and 12 because I thought the difference in numbers there would be big enough to actually make it worth doing. But I'm pleasantly surprised with my growth over the past month compared to the first one. So I've changed my mind and now want to do a monthly thing for the first year, just talking about this. And to anyone who wasn't around for the first one, let me start off with why am I doing this? So, I have not been in the VTuber space for too long now. To clarify what I'm saying, because I know what the hell I'm talking about, but, you know, conveying that to other people doesn't always go perfectly the first time with me. So what I mean by this is I've been aware of the existence of streamers and VTubers for many years now. I've been aware of it, but I only started really paying attention to it and being a viewer from about September, October of 2024. So I'm still fairly new to the scene. Now, I was an enjoyer of watching VTubers and streamers for a solid 2 or 3 months before I decided that looks like fun. I want to try. And I have this annoying pain in the ass habit where if I want to do something, I usually think through what I want to do before I do it, so that I have the best chance of it turning out well. But I often overthink what I want to do, think too far ahead, and talk myself out of doing things because, again, I know the term is analysis paralysis. You overthink something and end up not taking a step forward or backward. You're stuck. And I really didn't want to encounter that this time. So I just made the executive decision to jump into it. Some might say woefully unprepared, because from the day that I decided I'm doing this to my first stream was probably a solid 3 weeks. Which, for people who do this, I'll use the term seriously. 3 weeks is... What the fuck were you thinking? Only 3 weeks. Are you even trying to be successful at this? Which my answer would be, I'm just trying to have fun. I've decided that during the first year of VTubing, I'm not gonna really push for anything. I'm on track to get affiliate, probably sooner than if you would ask me on day one how long it would take, but I'll get it when I get it. I'm not actively pushing for it. I'm not advertising it. I'm not really doing anything like that, because I feel that I'm still getting used to everything that you have to do as a VTuber, which, if you would ask me before I started, what do you have to do as a VTuber? I probably would have embarrassingly answered, oh, well, you just have to turn on your microphone, start up the game, talk into it, people will like it, and there you go. That's bing, bang, boom, you're done. Not even close. Oh, I look back on myself from 2 months ago and go, what were you thinking? It is so much more than that, and I'm still not doing everything that you gotta do. So, as a review from what I was doing the first month in VTubing, the first month was 100% dedicated to building up what I refer to as my streamer stamina. Because, one second. This long talking session's gonna be rough on the throat. I gotta drink water more often. See, that's the thing, actually. I found out very quickly when it came to streaming that I don't talk that much in real life, and I'm mostly a person who's pretty good with just things being quiet. I'll just focus on what I'm doing, maybe listen to music, but I don't really talk that much outside of streaming, so it may come as a surprise to people out there, but talking to yourself, especially when you're first starting out and you have to fill the silence with your voice, can be a little bit tough. I have not overdone it or anything, because I decided up front I'm going to be very careful, because I know that there are people who have encountered this issue before. You jump into it, you stream way more than you're able to handle, and you develop throat problems. So my first month of streaming, I made sure to only do 2 hours a night. Now. Some of you might be thinking, 2 hours a night? What the hell? And that's because I thought, and stand by my decision, actually, that having more but shorter streams would be more beneficial to me than fewer and longer streams, because that gave me more opportunities to try to make improvements and changes based on things I noticed from the day before. I don't know how much that actually works, but in principle, I think it's a good thing still, and I'm sticking with it. So, how did I get down to this topic again? Oh yeah, so during the first month, my only focus was getting used to streaming. 2 hours a night, I would try and talk as much as I was able to, but without just filling it with random noise, because I wanted to say and do stuff that was more meaningful than that. I don't know how much of that I actually accomplished, but that's not the point, because we are able to look back on it and say, man, I'm glad that I did that, because now I can pound out 3 or 4 hour streams during my second month much more easily than if I just tried to jump into that right at the beginning. So, month 1 was focusing on just streaming. Month number 2, I set a few goals for myself. I don't remember what they are off the top of my head. I'm sure I wrote them down somewhere, but I don't know. They're somewhere. I know one of them was I wanted to take a crack at drawing my own PNG model, and I wanted to do some light editing. I accomplished one of those two. Not to the degree that I thought I would, but I accomplished one. Counted one of those two. But I'll talk about that more in a bit. Just a light sip. So, what I would like to do, the last time I did one of these streams, I made some infographics, I guess you could call them. Maybe visualizations. They're just numbers. There's no actual graphs yet, but maybe I can do that. I don't know. A graph with just two points over time is not particularly impressive, though. So I don't know. We're not going to worry about that for now. Anyway, what I want to do is first start by pulling up the first month infographic that I made, just as a quick reminder, before I jump into the second month infographic. And that will be part 1 tonight. Part 2, I like the format that I did the last time I did one of these, so I pulled together a bunch of post-it notes, just with talking points for me, because if you're new here, I've got the goldfish memory, and there's no way in hell that I'm going to remember anything past a few hours, maybe a couple days. So I wrote down all of the talking points that I had of things that I want to do. And I'm just going to go through those and cover them. And we're gonna shoot for being the 2-hour mark tonight, which I think is a very doable thing, because I'm getting a little bit better at taking my time. I am not powering through and plowing through streaming right now. I'm getting better at pacing myself, making sure I cover all the things that I want to do, and just filling the time a little bit better. Am I a master at it? No. Oh, hell no. Definitely not a master at it, but, you know, I'm getting there. Slowly. I'm okay with taking things slowly to get to where I want to go. I am a patient and persistent person, so that's fine with me. We'll focus on one thing per month. So, infographic number 1. You ready? And bam. Look at this beauty. You simply cannot compete with something like this. It's insane. Now, as a reminder, so this is my... Oh, that's right, I was calling it my VTuber monthly performance report last month, but I'm tentatively changing that to my VTuber diary. So, as a reminder, the first time that I streamed was, and fight me on this if you want, but year, month, date. Oh, shit, you can't see my mouse, but that's fine. Right underneath where it says VTuber month or performance, first stream, 2024-12-20. I maintain that this is the better, or the superior. Fuck it. This is the superior date format, and I'm gonna stand by that. You're probably not gonna see me actually use that in real life, but I still think it's better than pretty much anything out there. So my first stream was December 20th of last year. Today's the 21st. Yeah, I already said that I'm a day late on doing this because I had a collab yesterday, and I prioritized the collab. So, During the first month, there we go. And I broke it down based on which platform I'm talking about. During the first month, I streamed for 66.5 hours, and that is over 30 streams. I had one collab right at the end of it. I made 2 highlights of myself using the Twitch highlighting tool. An average of 1.2 viewers. Okay, sure. 187 live viewers, 80 unique viewers, and I gained 22 followers. Now, like I said earlier, the numbers are just what they are. I'm not pushing to have big numbers. I'm doing my thing, going at my own pace, and the numbers are gonna be what they are. And I'm perfectly okay with that. You know what? 1 second, let me just... Yeah, I didn't like that my shoulder was peeking out there. I mean, I had to completely cover myself, but I'm fine with that. This is a special thing this time. So, that was my performance. That was my performance, specifically on Twitch. Let's see. When it came to YouTube, during the first month, I only uploaded my VODs to YouTube. I didn't do anything else. So, I had 30 VODs, no shorts, no edited videos. Managed to get 71 views on those VODs. A little over 5 hours of watch time, and nobody subscribed to me. Which, again, it is what it is. I'm not upset about it, not disappointed. It's just what it is. And, you know, on Twitter, some people followed me. 166 it looks like. I'd feel a little bit better about that if it weren't a ton of accounts trying to sell me their artwork or get me to commission them, but that's a whole other talking point that I don't really want to get into right now if I can help it. So that was month number 1. Now, I will make it a point to say that when I show you the month number 2 numbers momentarily, this is not cumulative. This is specifically from days January 20th through February 19th. I'm only looking at numbers generated on that date. My numbers there are not, I repeat, not December 20th through February 19th. No. This is just how much did I grow in the second month compared to the first month. Because I want to see those numbers. I want to see, did I perform better in the second month? The second month only better than the first month. I know I said that I'm not too concerned about numbers, but I do like to see growth. I'm a numbers guy, and I like to see numbers go up. I really like idle and IDLE, idle, like idle and incremental games. You know, those clickers where you go da 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 da, buy some upgrades, da 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 da, more upgrades. Then you start getting into the basics of automation, and after like 20 or 30 minutes, they say, "Oh, congratulations! Are you ready for your first ascension?" So you're like, "Yeah, hit the button." Boom, I ascend, and then you start doing it again. But now every time you go da 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 da, instead of giving you 1 unit, you're now getting like 1.1 unit. So you're doing just a little bit better, and it's a little bit easier to see the numbers get bigger faster, which means you can get much bigger numbers by the time you do your next ascension. I am a simple man. I see numbers go up, and I'm happy. I am not ashamed of this. Yeah, I'll stand by that. That does not mean, however, that I am making a conscious effort to see my streaming and VTubing numbers go up, at least during the first year. First year is just my training wheels arc, because tentatively, I'm in this for the long run. I remember seeing somebody put out an interesting graph a couple weeks ago to the effect of how many VTubers stick around after X number of time. And I think they showed like 1, 3, 6, 12, 24, 36 months. So different parts of the first year than 2 and 3 years. Most people stick around pretty easily during at least the first half, the first 6 months. And you see a pretty sharp drop off after that point where I think it was single digits or maybe low double digits, 15% stick around after 3 years. I don't know if I'm gonna commit to a 3-year bit, but as long as I'm having fun, I'll stick with it. Because at the end of the day, I'm not trying to quit my day job to become a full-time streamer or anything. No, oh no. Definitely not doing that. What I'm trying to do is have fun, decompress, and de-stress, and if I'm lucky, learn some new skills that I said it at the beginning of my VTubing, but one of the things that I want to get out of VTubing is to be able to improve my creativity and to express myself better. Because I'm the kind of guy I'm good with the technical stuff. Need something done logically or some shit. Okay, I can help out with that. You want me to draw you a pretty bird? Oh, you can draw something that looks like a bird, but and it's just because I'm gonna say that for most of my life, I was always one of those kids who were told, "Oh man, Icarus, you're smart. You do well in math and science class in middle school and high school. You should go be an engineer." And I believed him. I went with it, and my grades in high school were okay. Not like I was top of the class or anything, but they were okay. Maybe slightly above average. I did go to school and found out instantly that no, I'm not smart enough for engineering. And I changed what I was doing and got a different degree, and I've been working a job that uses that for a while now, but that's besides the point. I never really had too many opportunities to focus on. Which is it? Is it? Let me do a quick Google search on this. I want to make sure I'm getting it right. Oh, I completely had it backwards. So it's generally believed that left brain is the logic, language, analytical thinking, and critical reasoning, while the right brain is linked to creativity, spatial awareness, intuition, emotions, and artistic abilities. Now that's just a saying. We're not here to talk about whether it's valid or not, but using this as my talking point, and yeah, I'm just going to say that within the scope of this conversation, that is how I'm going to describe things. I'm a heavily left-brained person. I can do all those things pretty well. I'm not like Superman or anything when it comes to that kind of stuff, but that is where my strength lies. I can do the other stuff, but creativity and artistic abilities are definitely areas that I want to improve upon. So if I can see some improvement in that in VTubing, yeah, that'd be pretty cool. I mean, have fun and improve yourself, make yourself more well-rounded as a person, yeah, sign me up. Now, sip of water. Oh, sweet, we're at 30-ish minutes already. That's pretty cool. Let's keep drinking water. There's never enough water when you're streaming. You gotta keep going, keep having more. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm gonna pull up my month number 2 infographic compared to the one that I was showing you earlier. So let's see, number 2. What I want to do, make this one just a little bit bigger so that it covers my shoulder. There we go. I lazily just copy pasted VTuber monthly performance. Again, first stream, late December of 2024. Month number 2. As a reminder, just in case you forgot, these are numbers generated only between January 20th and February 19th. I guess I can include that the next time I make one of these in a month. So, oh no, I done goofed. 81.1H space RS. No, it's hard to tell that I was trying to say hours. No. Yeah, oh well. Okay, so, and just to compare that with the first one, that is a pretty big jump between 66.5 and 81-ish. That's like 15 extra hours, and spoiler alert, I did 30 different streams again, so the amount of time that I was on stream definitely jumped up quite a bit. And that's because I started doing things like Minecraft stream on Saturday night. I'm trying to start up X4 Foundation streams on Monday nights, and both of those are games that you need to put longer than 2 hours into. You're not going to get too far in a game if you only play for, in either of those games, if you only play for 2 hours. It's definitely, well, you'll get somewhere, but you're going to proceed very slowly. So, and as we can see right there, in addition, during the first month I only had 1 collab right at the end of the month, but during month number 2 I had 6 collabs. Now, I am defining a collab as you, as myself, and another streamer in a Discord call or in the same game together, actively playing together with the Twitch shared chat feature turned on. You can definitely argue that there's a difference between the community nights that my friend Khan hosts that I join in on versus the collabs that I do with Shiro and Thickness. So, and this is only if you want to get really technical about it, which I'm sure some people want to get very technical about it, so I'll talk about it for a moment. I can absolutely see how there's a difference between somebody else hosting a free-to-join event being seen as a different kind of thing than you and another person making specific plans, working them out ahead of time to do something together. I can see that. I'll agree that there's a difference, but I'm counting them both as collabs because you're playing the same game together and you're both streamers, and you know, it was decided ahead of time. I mean, that's just, people want to get technical, let them get technical. I'm not going to worry about it. Point is, I count them both as collabs. I mean, if I if I start having community nights sometime in the future, and someone else wants to join in with my community night and stream it at the same time, yeah, count it as a collab too. Absolutely, they're welcome to count it as a collab. I am fine with that. Now, I changed my highlights to clips made because I have decided that it is definitely worth more to me. Excuse me. It is definitely worth more to me to have a metric to say how many clips other people have made of my channel versus highlights that I make of my own content, because I think I'm a funny motherfucker, alright? I can definitely bring in the jokes, get the laughs, do the silly stuff. I can do all that. As showcase in Helldivers 2 yesterday with Shiro and Thickness. I'm going to have some great content in there for making shorts and TikToks and stuff. But I believe it is worth... you know what? I'm treating clips made like compliments. I mean, if I look in the mirror and say, "Oh, hey, you are one handsome devil right there. Good looking. Keep up the good work." That is not worth as much to me as some old lady stopping me on the street and saying, "Oh, my young man, you are very, very handsome." And I'm gonna feel much better about that, and yeah. So if other people make clips of my channel, that's what I would like to see. I'm not gonna ask that it happen, but I'd still like to see it. So we're changing it from highlights that I make to clips that other people make. We didn't have any of those, which is okay, because I changed from month 1 to month number 2. Fine. Okay, so... oh, this is one that I thought jumped up a little better. It went from 1.2 average viewers to 1.9 average viewers. Now, to those of you who are unfamiliar, to get Twitch affiliate status, you have to have 4 requirements met. I'm stalling while I pull it up on the side. You need to have a bare minimum of 50 followers for your channel. You need to stream 7 different days over the course of a month. You need to have a minimum of 8 hours streamed over the course of a month. And this last one is the tough one. This is the killer. You need to have an average of 3 concurrent viewers watching you over the course of the month. Now, that is until people know about you, and until people actively want to come watch you, that is a very difficult thing to do without asking friends to just boost your numbers, which I haven't done. I mean, if someone wants to say, "Hey, go watch Icarus, he's a cool guy," I'll appreciate them doing it, but I'm not asking for it to be done. I'll get there. The more that I do this, the more content I'll have out there, and the easier it will be for someone to come across my content. And it's just a matter of time before I find somebody who likes what I'm putting out there, so we'll get there when we get there. Anyway, where was I? Ah, yes, so the live viewers. 187 live viewers, now up to 432. Now, I have to imagine that all the collabs that I do definitely helped bump that number up. Not... Thinkbug, can you please not be a distraction while I am doing this? I would like to focus on what I'm doing, if that's okay with you. I've shown a picture of stink bugs on stream before. Those go in my assets folder. Assets. Where is it? Yeah, there we go. Don't get scared when I do this now. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. This thing that I'm putting right underneath fishing. Right there. That is what is flying around in my room. Now, it's not like it's a big bug or anything. It's actually only about half an inch from head to tail. I know it doesn't have a tail, but that's the expression. It's about half an inch long, which is roughly 1 centimeter for those everywhere else in the world. They don't do anything. They're just dumb. They get inside, they fly up against the window and make a little bit of a racket. And I guess if you scare them, they'll release a little bit of liquid on you, which is kind of gross. I'm not gonna lie, but whenever I pick them up and take them outside, they don't release it on me, because I guess they're not scared. Which I take as a good thing. I take it as a good thing. Anyway, definitely had an increase in the number of live viewers during the second month. Now, I'm not 100% sure, or well, not even 50% sure, how Twitch defines that number. Maybe it's just the number of people who popped in during stream over the course of the month. Don't know how long you have to stay. Doesn't really matter. Not sure if shared chat counts for it or not, but we can see a pretty good increase of 187 up to 432. So I'm happy to see a bigger number. Anyway, unique viewers. Now this one's a little bit easier to understand. I assume it just means person A, even if they show up to 20 out of 30 streams, that it only counts as one unique viewer across all those. So I've had a small bump in the number of people who showed up who are different from each other, which, seeing a little bit of variety, seeing a little bit of new people, I consider it to be a good thing. I'm happy to see that number go up. And 22 followers in the first month, 21 in the second month. That is some nice, steady growth right there. Maybe I thought that once I had the first month under my belt, it'd be really easy to see big numbers jump between the first and the second month, but you know, if I'm seeing steady growth there, I'm pretty happy about that too. Oh, hello Ivy. How are you doing today? I'm chatting my brains out talking about this is my VTuber diary series, month number 2 edition, where I'm talking about all the things that I'm encountering being new to VTubing and such. Right now, I'm talking about my super well-made infographics here that took more than 5 minutes to put together. Look at those numbers. Such a nice color background. Got the nice little outline on all the text. It's pretty cool. So what's up, Ivy? How are you doing today? Just... oh, what did I do? The wrong thing. Trying to draw. Very nice. I'm just gonna keep chatting my face off over here. Okay, so just bump this up a little bit so that I can talk about what I did as far as YouTube stuff. And there, ooh, yeah, look at that. You need to make more shark people. I'm a fan of shark people. I look forward to seeing the works when they're done. What kind of shark people are you going for, Ivy? Is it the standard, mostly human looking with like the tail, maybe some fins and gills, or are you going with a full shark head on a human body kind of deal? Sip of water. Sip of water. That's better. Okay. Back to my stream manager. Yeah, everything's not broken yet. That's cool. Okay, so I'm breaking down my YouTube more full shark head, but they can change it to just sharp teeth and a tail. Very nice. I'm a fan of the I'm gonna be dating myself here ever so slightly, but the kind of anamorphs changing different parts of your body a little bit. I'm a fan of this ability. So what I did differently for my infographic in month number 2, I broke down my numbers a little bit, because during the first month for the YouTube stuff that I did, I only uploaded VODs from Twitch straight to YouTube. No editing, no nothing, just toss it up there and we're good to go. So those numbers that you're seeing right now are purely related to the VODs that I put up. So yeah. But what I did differently during the second month was I actually took some time to play around with. I thought animorphs couldn't change parts of their body. I thought they could only change into animals, and that's it. You are probably right on that, Ivy. I know that animorphs came to mind in regards to what you said previously, but I'm probably just misremembering. We're gonna go with your thing as far as Animorph's concerned until someone shows up and corrects us. So, yeah, alright. Works for me. So what I did differently during month number 2 for VTubing was I started playing around with video editing, which took way more effort than I expected it to. Now, from a technical point of view, video editing, I don't know if I'm right either. I am declaring you to be correct, Ivy, until we are proven wrong. Because you saying that definitely made me remember the covers that they used to have on the Animorphs book, where they had the kid slowly transition into an animal over the course of 3 or 4 images. So yeah, it's good enough for me. No arguments here. Where'd my glasses go? There's my glasses. So, video editing. From a technical point of view, video editing actually isn't too difficult. I mean, right now I'm just using the CapCut desktop program, which once you learn where everything is, what it means, and how it works, actually doing the work is not particularly difficult. I mean, it's time consuming, but it's not difficult. The only thing you have to do is get used to it. What I found to be I'm gonna save that for when I get to the bit later. So when I'm talking about my numbers now, I now have a separator between... Oh, damn it. I separated things incorrectly. What I meant to do was 5 edited videos paired up with the 19 shorts. And I have two YouTube channels at the moment. One for clips and shorts and one for VODs. So what I meant to have was the edited videos and the shorts paired up together and the VODs separate. But whatever. This is fine. Not a big deal. So, once again, I had 30 VODs uploaded, and that was just hitting the export button on Twitch. I did absolutely nothing to them before they went out there, which, same number of VODs as month number 1. Now, this time, I had 169 views and a little over 16 hours of watch time on those, which is a nice improvement of the 71 hours and 5.5 hours of watch time. I recognize and am okay with the fact that most people probably don't watch VODs, especially older VODs, from start to finish. Unless you're really getting into a new VTuber, you're probably just gonna stick with clips, shorts, edits, and that kind of thing. Just the quick to digest, easy to watch, pound through a ton of them in a short amount of time content, which is very reasonable, and I understand why you would do that, but I'm one of those weirdos. What the hell is this, Ivy? What kind of face is this? Elf, yeah. Not sure what I'm looking at here, to be honest. I'm still getting up to date on Twitch emotes and what they mean and when to use them, so I'm not sure what you're trying to tell me. I guess it's open to interpretation, which I'm okay with. Okay, I'm gonna say you're just super duper happy with these words that I'm saying, and you'd like me to keep going. Well, I'll tell you what, Ivy, I can very easily do that. Okay, what do we have? So a nice improvement in how my VODs were doing specifically. And I do have a channel separating my VODs and my other short form content, so it's easy to break these things down in the analytics section of YouTube. Now, what I took a crack at doing this time was making shorts and edited videos. Now, when I say I made shorts and edited videos, what I did specifically was limited to slicing my videos into like less than 20 seconds or longer than 2-minute chunks. Just cutting, sticking together, and I did want to have the English subtitles of what was being said for most of them, because I like seeing that on other people's videos, and I wanted to include it on mine. So I figured out how to add that kind of stuff to my videos, and frankly, that's where most of the time for video editing goes into, at least for me. Oh, Ivy, you may not have heard me use this term before, but that is a fantastic combination of emotes right there. That is C-O-N-bination. Changed combination to combination because that seemed like a really easy pun to do. Okay. Where was I? So I haven't done any of the fancy video editing yet. I'll take my time getting used to the effects and the fades, the swipes, all that kind of stuff. I'm not in a hurry. I don't want to overdo it. So where was it? When it comes to the short, I was able to pump out 19 shorts, and within just the past month, I got roughly 6,000 views on those, which totaled up to just over 24 hours of watch time. Now, I don't know if those are very big numbers. I can tell you that I have not yet had a short that broke the 1,000 mark for number of views. That'll be a nice milestone when I hit it, but we're not there yet. I'm not particularly advertising those anywhere else at the moment. Not like I'm flooding my Twitter page with those or sending them off and playing them on stream or anything. No, I'm just putting them out there. I had 2,000 video views on a TikTok. This is a good talking point, Ivy, because I only just got my TikTok up and running within the last day or two. Just some random video. Yeah, I don't know yet what performs well when it comes to doing stuff on social media. I'm still getting used to it. That is besides the point. I only just got my TikTok up and running a couple days ago because there were no TikTok issues in the US when I first started streaming back in December. But by the time I decided, hey, it'd probably be a pretty good idea to have one of these, the TikTok ban in the US was in place, and I was unable to start uploading stuff to it. I could make the account, and I was able to lock in my username there, which was nice, but I couldn't actually do anything yet. However, now that it's month number 2, and I can start uploading content again, I'm going to have a TikTok part of my infographic for month number 3 of Vtubing, so that'll be pretty cool. And having more now, it's just going to be the exact same video, the exact same thing I upload to YouTube Shorts. There's not going to be a difference between those. It's just having them in more places, which it would help with offline discoverability, but there's no guarantee that having things in one place will mean that people will come watch me on Twitch. It'd be nice, but it's just what it is. There's a lot of options out there. People will watch what they watch, which I'm fine with. So, 19 shorts, 6,000 views. That's okay. And I was able to put together 5 edited videos, which are, I think, more than 2 minutes a pop. Those barely got any action. 14 views in like 20 minutes of watch time. I have a feeling that just not having enough of those out there yet and having not eye-catching thumbnails is probably hurting that. Like everything else that I'm doing as far as streaming, the more of those kind of things that I put out there, the better my numbers will start to, well, not the better, because bigger isn't always better, but the bigger the numbers will start to be, and the more impressive that they'll look. But that's besides the point. So I can now start to separate clips and shorts from my VODs. Whether it does anything for me or not, I don't know. But it is good practice to be able to learn the skills needed for basic video editing and start to figure out what will help bring attention to what I'm doing on my channel with my stuff. Because it's kind of hard to tell what's going to be popular. I am focusing on, when I go through watching my VODs, what makes me laugh at what I was doing, or what could make other people laugh. Whether they're actually laughing or not, or just watching it, I don't know. Not too worried about that, but we're starting to do it. So, let's see. And again, got picked up a few more followers on Twitter. Definitely not as many followers on Twitter as during the first month, but that's okay. Unless you're like popular already, I don't really think Twitter's gonna do too much for me. Right now, the only thing I'm doing on Twitter is a post stream. Thanks for coming out. Here's what we did, and here's who we rated. Because, actually, I'm gonna hold off on that until I get to my notes section momentarily. So, I'm gonna take a quick water break. We're at roughly the halfway point of the stream, which is pretty cool. Definitely starting to get better at this. Just talking mostly to myself. Not rushing. One of the things that I was definitely worried about when I started doing this last month was, oh shit, what if I rush through my infographic too quickly in like 5 minutes? Then I'm gonna have an hour of 55 minutes to talk before the end of the stream. What am I gonna do? However, that was not a concern, because what I am doing is just, I'm talking, and if something comes up that kind of seems relevant to the conversation, I'm just gonna switch gears and start talking about that. Go down a rabbit hole. I don't mind. It's a good way to let my brain just flow without sticking to a strict schedule or anything. It happened quite a few times during the past hour. I'm not trying to stop it or anything, but one more time, I'm drink it, the whole thing. Good enough. So these are the numbers, top to bottom. We're gonna have more numbers to talk about in month number 3, because I assume these numbers are gonna go up, and I'll definitely have the TikTok section to add to this as well. So again, here is one last look at month number 2 as far as as far as numbers are concerned. Are these numbers impressive? I'm not thinking about it that way. They are what they are, and I'm a numbers guy. I like to record things as they happen, look back and see if they are bigger than the previous month. And for the most part, yes. Am I on track to becoming a big famous VTuber? I don't know. Definitely pretty far off from doing that, but I'm still having fun. So I'm going to keep up with it and keep doing it at least for a year. So, there we go. Okay, that was part 1 of our discussion tonight, going over numbers. We now have something to compare it to from month number 1. So, what I'm going to do is the same thing that I did during the first month. I put together these very nice, very simple post-it notes, like expectations, the reality that I encountered, and goals that I want to have for any given talking point that I have going forward. So you're going to see one of these 3 post-it notes along with the topic that I'm currently on. And I'm just going to go through each of those 3 for each topic, and we're going to go through all my topics until we're at the end of the stream. That is what part 2 of this diary series is going to be, which I'm okay with. Gives me a chance to reflect on things in an easy to digest format. So, starting off with the expectations that I had, and I'm reusing this post-it note from the first time. Expectations about the content that I am producing. Now, going into month number 2, I was pretty comfortable with a short stream every night. I'd pretty easily gotten used to 2 hours a night. Could do a longer stream fewer times during the week, but for me, more shorter is better than few longer. I stand by that, and that's what I went into the month planning on doing. Uh, I definitely am still focusing on games as far as streaming is going because that's still my comfort zone. It's what I have fun doing. But I am still looking for opportunities to do non-gaming streams. The current idea that I have that I want to do is I want to take an old black and white 1950s movie, and I want to watch the movie, take out key scenes in the movie, and just talk about what I liked and disliked about the movie on stream. I'm pretty close to being ready to do something like that. My only concern is making sure that I have enough talking points for a 2-hour stream. I'm not thinking about whether the stream idea is popular or whether people are gonna watch. I'm not thinking about that because that's a really easy way to talk yourself out of doing something that you want to do, worrying about what other people think about it. I like watching those old movies, and I'd like to talk about them with somebody, but well, I just need to make sure that I have 2 hours worth of talking points before I attempt to do something like that. And I'm not particularly interested in doing any of the like doom scrolling video reaction kind of stuff. I like to watch people do that kind of thing, but actually doing it myself is not something that sounds as fun to me. So we're holding off on something like that. What I'd also like to try doing is the two big ones are, I want to know if there's anything I can do in the ASMR space. Now, I am not a person, repeat, I am not a person who actually enjoys ASMR. I hear ASMR and I just think, speak up, quit whispering, that bothers me. But I know that ASMR is really popular, and maybe I'm not an enjoyer of it, but maybe I can make good ASMR. Frankly, I don't know. I haven't really given it a shot, but I'm too uninformed on the topic to really know where to start on that. So I need to talk to somebody who knows what they're doing and point me in the right direction on that. I haven't actually looked or anything, but it's what I need to do. Outside of that, what I'd like to do is just pull up a book and start reading it on stream. Pretend like I'm one of those audiobook voices, because then I get to practice my speaking ability, practice my voices, and I get through books because I want to get more into reading, but I struggle to read when there aren't pictures involved, and I am specifically talking about stuff like comics and manga. Yeah, I like pictures. They help. But I'll probably be better off if I can read just regular books as well. So, stuff that I want to do. Just haven't figured it out yet. The reality of what it came to with content. So, the plan was keep up my 2 hours a night, but what I ran into was that there are some things that I want to play, like X4 Foundations, Minecraft, probably a couple other things that 2 hours just is not enough time to do for a single sitting of those. So certain games I'll play longer than 2 hours. Certain non-collab games, just a regular evening stream after work. 2 hours is plenty. Gives me a chance to talk a bit, to unwind, to play a good session of a game. Not too long, not too short, but some things you need a 4-hour session for. But I'm not gonna don't want to do 4 hours every night. That's too much for me right now. I think that's too much for most streamers, actually. But I am still focusing on games. The variety of games that I'm doing has changed up a little bit. Started getting into RTS, space sims. I wanna break into horror games eventually. Not because I get scared by horror games, but because there are horror games in my library that I want to play. Like I picked up Left 4 Dead 2 for a couple bucks in one of the recent Steam sales, and I haven't touched it yet. I'm pretty bad about that, actually. I buy games because they're cheap and then I never get around to playing them. I'm one of those people. I don't have that big of a library as far as those kind of people go, but I have plenty of games that I want to get through. And yeah, not non-gaming related streams, I didn't really do much in that. This is probably the first one since the last month where I did something that wasn't gaming related. And what do I want to do going forward? I'm gonna try and stick to the 2-hour a night schedule unless I'm doing a collab or a game that just needs a longer session than 2 hours. And I'm gonna limit those to once or twice a week, because it definitely takes a little bit out of me to do longer streams, not just on the talking box, but sitting still for more than 2 hours is a little bit tough for me. I like to get up and move around, which you can do a little bit with streaming, but definitely not too much. And I'm not going to get one of those walking desks where you can like pretend to be on a treadmill, or one of those beat cyclers where you can move your feet around like you're on a bicycle or anything. Nah, those would just be a distraction for me and would take away from what I'm doing. So we're gonna stick to this current schedule. Games wise, I've got a pretty good variety going. Again, I'd like to get some horror games into the mix, but I've only got so many opportunities to stream during the week that we'll get to them eventually. We'll get to them. And I talked about the non-gaming related streams that I want to do already, namely book reading, giving ASMR a shot. I gotta talk to some people, figure out actually how to do that, or how to do it without getting an issue, because copyright is definitely a thing, and I can pretty easily see them giving me a slap for reading a copyrighted book that's not in the public domain, even if I went and bought a copy of it and was just reading it out on stream. And a lot of ASMR VTubers I see on Twitter get in trouble on YouTube. Not because of something they did, but because YouTube has its own problems, and they just get caught up in it and get very, very hurt by the whole thing. So I'll proceed with caution in that area. Water break. Oh. Oh, Seribot didn't even give you a chance, Yuga. Yeah, Seribot is fast with it. Yeah. I saw that flash by for half a second here. Not sure what kind of spam it was, but yeah, Seribot's pretty quick. Let's see. Switch back to my expectations. Let's switch to the next post-it note. So now that I've had a little bit of experience when it comes to Twitch, I know a little bit more about how to do the streaming on Twitch. So going into the second month, I wanted to give more collaborations a try. And Twitch specifically has a feature called Stream Together, where they merge your chats together, and One of the features that I have in OBS is highlight people who are chatting in my chat and kind of not bump down the opacity, but let's call it dim other people's chats so that I can see who's specifically in my channel sending messages. Didn't know about that. That was pretty cool. I think I'm getting a little bit better with interacting with chat. There's always room for improvement, but definitely better than the first month. And I've tentatively decided I'm not going to make use of the highlights feature. I think it's better for the channel if other people are the ones who are doing the clipping. Because I think most of the things that I say are awesome and funny, but if other people think they're awesome and funny enough to make a clip, I evaluate that as higher than my own saying of the thing. So tentatively, I'm not gonna do highlights. Does that mean that people seeing my channel will only see my VODs? Yeah. Things that I think are funny are going to be available on TikTok and YouTube Shorts as well. I mean, maybe that'll hurt because maybe they don't want to go to another site to see it, but I don't even know how popular clips and highlights are as far as viewership goes on Twitch itself. I like to think of Twitch as it's great, does great things for you if you are currently live and currently streaming, but the second you go offline, luck. If someone stumbles across your stuff, then they have some stuff available, but it's not great for offline discovery, so I'm not gonna worry about that. Yeah, so what I found out pretty quickly was that when you're streaming and using the stream together feature, I like it. It's cool, but no, I'm gonna save that talking point for another post that I have later. Yeah, the stream together feature is pretty cool. It's nice to have all your chats together in one easy to manage place. Doesn't do too much. I mean, I still have to have separate tabs open for everyone else who was in the collab, just to keep an eye on things. Unless we're doing something where stream sniping would be an issue, then I don't do that, because that would take away the fun of all of it. No. Yeah, I'm getting a little bit better at keeping an eye on chat and my game at the same time. What I decided to do was I rotate. I've got a monitor that will let me rotate so that I have a vertical monitor, which 100% absolutely helps with having a nice, long, easy to read chat and list of, they call it events in OBS, things like follows and raids. The only thing I have access to at the moment. I'm sure there's other events that are out there that will show up there later. And yeah, I'm not doing highlights. See. Going forward, yeah, I don't really think this goals tab applies to the Twitch post-it note too well, because there's not too much I can do differently as far as streaming and keeping an eye on chat goes. I'll keep doing them. I'll try and maintain what I've got going, but yeah, it's about all I can say on those. Water break. Okay. Switch back to expectations. Okay, so the Twitter one. Now, I didn't do any of the social media before I started streaming because I felt that I was better off without having all of that in my life, which I maintain. But now that I'm doing the streaming, I need to at least be aware of and have a presence on these kind of things, even if it's just a little bit. So going into my second month, I thought I had a decent handle on sending out interactive posts, commenting on other people's stuff, and reposting something and adding my own comical whatever to it. I mean, I got like 150 followers during the first month. I thought, yeah, it's all gonna be good. I know what I'm doing now. It's all good. No, that it definitely would not describe my Twitter, the reality of Twitter like that. I don't really post too much at the moment. For the past couple weeks, I've just been doing a end of stream. Here, thanks to everyone who came out. Here's what we did on stream, and we raided into this person to keep the fun going. I don't have a good handle on what's popular on Twitter. What gets people to engage. Now, visibility on Twitter and what they call your reach on Twitter, mine's definitely not great. If I were to pop open my profile, fuck it, I can just do that right now. Profile. Scroll down. Yeah, there you go. 9.6 thousand impressions on your posts in the last 7 days. What does that mean? It means that only like 1,500 people were seeing the stuff that I was putting out over the past week. I assume that's a combination of things that I posted specifically as well as replies to other people, which is a pretty small number, so not too many chances for people to like or comment or repost or anything like that. So I'm not very good at posting stuff yet. I don't have a good handle on what people want to interact with. I mean, there's plenty of artists who will post their art, and I'm a sucker for VTuber art posts. I'll throw a comment or a like on those pretty easily, but there's nothing that I do yet that people want to interact with, turns out. Which is okay. I'll find something that works for me. Yeah. I definitely have a better handle on commenting, though. Whether you want to debate that my comments are something that people like or people think are good comments, that's something else. But I'm definitely better. I more often comment on other people's stuff than I post my own stuff at the moment. Still getting used to that. And I very rarely repost right now. Mostly because I don't really want to come across as using somebody's post to boost myself up popularity-wise. I mean, I get on paper that that's the point of reposting, but I'll get there. I'll get to the point where I can add my own stuff on top of somebody else's without taking away from them. Also, adding something that is me. We'll get there. No big deal. And what I want to do on Twitter going forward. So I definitely need to have more interactive posting. Stuff that is more open-ended, that people can't just say yes, no, or I don't care to. I don't want to do any baiting on Twitter though, like rage baiting, posting something that most people disagree with, so they want to argue with me in the comments. Nah, I don't want to do that. Don't want to post a ton of lewd stuff on there and just get a bunch of people saying, "Ooh, yeah, that's really good. Yeah, I like that." No. I don't really want to do that either. I'll figure out what I want to post that works best for me over time. Maybe I just don't do Twitter posting. Well, I've considered that. I'm okay with that if it turns out to be the case. Going forward, commenting. I don't want to add just, as I'll refer to it, an empty kind of comment like, "Oh, you'll be all right," or "Good job," or no. If I want to comment on something, I want to make it a little bit more meaningful than that. Not necessarily something that stands out more, but something that's like, oh, let me read this comment. Oh yeah, that's definitely one of Ikaros's. Yeah, that's his kind of thing. I don't know what that's gonna be yet, but it's what I'd like to see. And I definitely want to get on board with doing stuff reposting wise a little bit more. Don't want to just repost stuff for the sake of reposting it. Want to add something to it if I'm able to. Water break. Switch back to expectations. Oh, we've got a good number of things to get through still. There we go. This is the one that I want to talk about. So, I went into month number 2 of VTubing with the goal of drawing my own VTuber PNG model. I thought, yeah, this will give me a good chance to flex that creative side. Then I can draw something that I want, the way that I want to see it. And I knew going into the month that I don't really have much of an innate talent for art, so I would have to practice pretty heavily to achieve what I wanted to achieve, which I'm someone who can definitely put in the effort and the hard work when it's something that I want to do. So I wasn't too concerned going into this. But then reality hit, and in the case of my art, it hit like a ton of bricks. You know what? That's not big enough. It hit like the Empire State Building fell on me because I knew that I didn't really have much of a talent for art, but I thought I could draw a straight line, or at least a curvy line that didn't look bumpy partway through. And yes, I'm 100% aware that if I put enough time and practice into it, I can achieve improvements in my art, but god damn, I did not realize that is not something I want to do. I did not enjoy pulling out the cheap drawing tablet that I have, and it's just the kind that's a little bit smaller than a piece of paper. Doesn't have a screen on it. It just is a way for you to use a pen like object to handle your mouse on your keyboard. I did not think that I would dislike using that to do practice drawings, and I'd never even got as far as actual drawings goes. I only got as far as struggling to do straight lines and basic curving, and I only did it for a couple days, then I just set the thing down and never went back to it. I vastly overestimated myself as far as art stuff, making art goes for VTubing. So I definitely didn't put in the amount of practice and effort necessary to try and get this going. 1 month was nowhere near enough time. I mean, if I could dedicate myself to just working on that, then maybe I would have gotten somewhere. Probably not actually making a full PNG model, but I probably could have started drawing basic stuff like flowers and trees. But yeah, 1 month, nowhere near enough time. And I didn't really enjoy doing it that much either. Maybe if I could get to the point where I'm doing better quality art, I might start enjoying it, but it's one of those catch-22s where I don't enjoy it because I'm not good at it, but I can't get good at it unless I do it, but I don't want to do it because I'm not enjoying it. It says, if I can just power through that beginning phase, I'll get there. Because I think most people, given enough time and effort, can probably do decent art. Not everyone's going to be able to do the really good stuff that you see in the VTubing space, but basic stuff, sure. Might have to... My art goals going forward. Yeah, I still don't have a great innate talent starting point for this, so maybe I need to give myself a 3 to 6 month window to work on practicing my art. That way I can pace myself, do a little bit every day or every couple days, just to start getting used to it slowly, because that's one of the things about people trying to start up new stuff. Like you always hear the stories. Somebody, it's New Year's. Somebody says, I want to start living more healthily, so I'm going to go to the gym every day. And it is in no way a surprise that by the end of the first week, maybe the second week, the person stops going. Now, as somebody who has been going to the gym for the past 10 years on a 3 to 4 times a week basis, if I had tried going every day when I first started out, no, I probably wouldn't have stuck with it, because unless you just enjoy working out, which there are absolutely people out there who enjoy working out, working out is difficult. You're sore, you're tired, you're hungry, you're sore again, because you always go back to the gym before you're fully healed, and you're just always a little bit sore. Not everyone is into that. Very few people, in fact, are into that and will actively do that to themselves. So when you're starting out something new like that, you have to start off slow and build up to the everyday kind of thing. For some people, that might be going once a week at first. It's Saturday morning, I go to the gym at 8 in the morning, stay for an hour, maybe 2 hours, and then I go home. Once you get used to doing that for a while, then you start saying, I'll go on Saturday and Sunday, 2 days a week. Get used to that, repeat, and eventually you're going to the gym 3 to 4 times a week, and it's been a couple years, and you think, holy hell, how did that happen? So, for me, when it comes to VTuber art, the point of all of that nonsense that I just said, and I'm going to take that back. It wasn't complete nonsense what I just said, because I believe that is the case for most people out there. I definitely need to give myself more time than 1 month. 1 month was not a realistic expectation that I put on myself. Give me a second, I'm gonna Google something. So at work they have this thing called a SMART goal, which actually let me a text S M A R E. Why are you doing this? Wait, we're almost there. This is gonna work. Just give me a second. There we go. They have this thing called SMART goal. And what SMART stands for is, get ready, it's an acronym. Brace yourself, it is a specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound goal. Now, that all just sounds like mumbo-jumbo, corporate speak, and I'll agree with you. It most like 99% is mumbo-jumbo, kind of nonsense. However, the reason that I did this was that if I were to go down and focus on this T part of the SMART goal, time bound, it is actually a very important thing when setting goals for yourself to make sure that you have a to-do by deadline. Because if you just say, I'm gonna go to the gym, or I'm gonna take care of that chore, and don't say I'll have it done by a certain time. If you are a chronic or a recovering chronic procrastinator like myself, I used to be so bad about putting stuff off. I still do, but I don't do it as much as I used to, or as badly as I used to. But if you are a procrastinator and you don't set a due by date for yourself as far as a goal goes, you're never gonna get around to it. Let's be honest, you're never gonna get around to doing it. So for my art goals going forward, giving myself a 1 month time period was unrealistic, because I had the S. I want to make a PNG model. It was measurable. I would either be able to have one or not have one. Achievable, yeah. It's doable to have one in a month with starting from 0. It's a very, very high goal for me apparently, but ignore the relevant, but giving myself only a month, that was my killer. Because I thought, no way I can get this done in a month, and then I just didn't bother trying. So I need to give myself more time when it comes to art-related things. Probably 3 to 6 months, and just set aside a little bit of time every other day to just start practicing doing simple stuff. So that's the goal. Just a little bit of time every day or every other day, and just start working on very simple art stuff. Where was I? Switch back to expectations. Pull up the next one of these, and there we go. Okay, so this is what I wanted to do as far as video editing goes during my 2nd month of streaming. I wanted to be able to make 15-minute videos, 3 to 15-minute videos, and less than 3-minute videos. This is the goal that I set for myself, because as an enjoyer of VTuber content on YouTube, when it comes to Twitch and streaming stuff, I'm mostly a lurker. and I don't really watch too many streams live. I like to take them in after the fact. I'm a VOD enjoyer. I'm a VOD, then clip, then short, then edit kind of person. That's just my preference, but I enjoy the longer compilations of stuff that people have put together. So I thought, oh yeah, I could start making that with my content, and that'd be a lot easier for people to watch and take in than tuning into my stream every night. Reasonable, fair, can't blame them for wanting to do that. So I wanted to make different lengths of videos going into it. However, I very quickly realized that I overestimated how much effort it takes to make those videos. If I wanted to take a, let's say, 15 to 20 second clip that has an average amount of talking in it, and I can only use the term average because I know how much I talk in my own streams, and I'm not like a chatterbox or anything, but there are some quiet spots, but you know, if I were to take an average clip of myself that is 15 to 20 seconds, it takes a good 10 maybe 15 minutes to put together a clip of that in the video editor. That is a very long time, and a lot of effort for such a short video at the end. And I didn't realize that it would take that much time and effort to make a result like that. I found that out the hard way, which definitely put a damper. It was definitely a wet towel on what I wanted to do as far as editing my own video goes. Because another thing that I found out was I dislike going through my old VODs and finding stuff to pull out to make clips of. I got over hearing my own voice pretty quickly, actually, because I don't know if you guys out there have made a recording of yourself and listened to it recently, but that was a bit of a shock for me. What I heard on the recording was definitely not how I hear myself when I'm talking live, but I got over hearing my own voice fairly quickly. Oh, there we go. Thank you for the lurk. Okay. Let's see. Good to see that Stream Elements works, actually. Let's see. So I got over the sound of my voice pretty quickly, and from there, having to listen to my own content was not great, I'll be honest. I mean, there are parts of it that I find funny, and I take those parts that I find funny and I make them into videos, but I have to watch all of my old VODs at 2x speed, because I'm sure as hell not going to take 2 hours during the day to watch a VOD at regular speed to find something that I want to clip out of it. So double speed, get through it in half the time. And what I always do is I have a little post-it note app open on my computer ready to write down timestamps, because I find that if I start listening to a VOD, find something I find funny, go make a quick clip out of it, oh no. That throws everything off for me. I will listen to the VOD first. I will write down timestamps of everything that I want to clip out of it, and from there, I will then go into the video editor after the fact and start putting things together. Because maybe on the second listen through, I think, you know, that seemed funny the first time, but not as funny the second time watching it, so maybe I won't make that into a clip. But if I don't do that, then it takes me a lot longer to get through a VOD, because I have to pause it, go make the video real quick, and then I don't feel like listening to it when I come back, and it's a whole thing. So I don't think I put together an edited video that was that was longer than 3 minutes, because it took so much effort to be able to just make those short 15 to 20-second clips. I can't imagine how long it would take me weeks, or at least days, to put together a 15-minute video of my stuff. That's crazy. I have a lot of respect for the people who do that out there, for the streamers that they want to watch. Ideally, I'll come across somebody like that for me, but I'm at the point right now where if I want to have clips and stuff made, I just have to do it myself. And I've only got so much time available to do that there's only so much I'll be able to put out right now. And I just have to accept that and say, it is what it is. No big deal. So, what do I want to do going forward? I'll tell you what I want to do going forward. I want to adjust my expectations as far as video editing goes. If I can do one short or 2 shorts for every 3 streams, I'll be happy with that. If I can do one 2 to 5 minute video per week, I'll be happy with that. And if I can do one 5 to 15 minute video per month, that'd be pretty cool too. I'm constantly making stuff on stream though, so keeping up with that and making sure I get everything done is gonna be difficult, but the more that I play around with the video editing software, the more I'll get used to figuring out what makes good content for 15 or 20 seconds. And this isn't even counting the thumbnails that you have to put on these videos, because let me tell you what I found out when it comes to YouTube Shorts. I found out that from my PC, I cannot edit the thumbnail of a YouTube Short. you can see in the Twitch section of my infographic, I did have 6 separate collabs over the past month, and that is 6 collabs over 30 different streams. That is a solid 20% of my videos, my streams have been collabs. I'm pretty happy about that. It's a little more than 1 per week. But that'd be 20 to 25% of my stream being collab seems like a pretty good place for me right now, because not everything I want to do on stream is collab oriented. So from the one collab I had in the first month, I knew that I enjoyed doing collabs. They were a ton of fun, and I was looking forward to doing more of those for the sake of having fun. Organizing collabs, a lot of people make a big deal about that, especially on Twitter. You see a ton of posts out there like, oh, I just want to collab with someone, but I don't know how to talk to them and how to ask them, and which, fair enough. Not everyone is good at everything. I'm not gonna shit on people for not being good at the things I'm good at. The organizing part for me is really easy. As long as I have people who I'm good with, who want to collab, setting something up, no issue in any way, shape, or form to me. And I knew that collabs might help me a little bit as far as numbers and growth goes, but I'll talk about that in a second. Which post it to the reality of things. So after having more collabs under my belt during the second month, yeah, collabs are a ton of fun. Definitely have way more fun compared to just playing whatever I'm playing or talking about whatever on stream by myself. I don't want to become a 100% collab streamer, because then what is there to me except feeding off of and playing off of somebody else's stuff? I want to make sure that I have my own thing that people come around and enjoy, that they also will watch the collabs for. Setting up collabs, very easy. If you got a streamer friend, you just say, hey, you want to go play this game together? Yeah, sure. Alright. Is this date and time good? Yep, okay. I'll take care of all the other stuff, which is just make sure you have your Discord foodies and stream together ready to go. The issue that it comes to when you're setting up collabs is finding somebody that you can collab with, which I'm prepared to argue is more of a networking kind of thing rather than a collab specific kind of thing. I mean, I get that people are anxious about doing a collab with someone who has bigger numbers than them, more followers, higher average view count, all that kind of stuff, but to me, that doesn't matter, because you know what I found out from collabs? I wrote the word value on my post-it note, but maybe numbers and growth would probably be more appropriate there. Collabs haven't done shit for me as far as growth goes, because I had 2 collabs this week. One was Khan's birthday collab, and the other was Helldivers 2 with Shiro and Thickness. Now, in both of those collabs, our shared chats were roughly 20 to 30 and 10 to 15 respectively, which sounds really good. You'd think, oh man, Icarus, you're seeing pretty big numbers there, aren't you? You know what Steam does analytics-wise if I were to go back and look at those? Not Steam, god damn it. You know what Twitter does? Fuck. 2 wrong in a row. What's wrong with me? What Twitch, the other T1? Yeah, what Twitch does was, even if you're in a collab and there were like 20 to 30 people in the shared chat, which just means 20 to 30 shared viewers between everyone participating. My numbers only show people who were specifically in my channel watching, which, even though there were 15 to 20 people on the con birthday stream, I had an average of like 1.1 viewer that whole time, which growth-wise did not help me at all. However, being super clear about this, do not misunderstand. I did not join that stream with the hope of growing my channel. No, 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 no. I joined because I wanted to have a good birthday stream and have fun, and yeah, that's why I joined that stream. So collabs on paper are a great thing. You're gonna get a much bigger exposure to more people than are normally on your stream, but unless those people actually switch over to your stream or come back and watch you off when you're not in the collab, growth-wise, collabs don't really do too much for you. But they're a lot of fun, so I'm gonna keep doing them. Okay, goals. So I definitely want to keep doing collabs because they are way more fun than just playing a game by myself. However, I don't want to go above the 25, maybe 30% of my streams being collabs, which, if I had 8 to 10 collabs over the course of a month, that's a lot. I mean, effort-wise, that probably wouldn't be too bad to organize, but I want to make sure I do my own stuff as well. But they're a ton of fun. Setting up, I'm 100% fine with asking the question up front. Do you want to do a collab? I have no hesitation asking this question. Anyone reaches out to me, I can make that the first question that I ask after hello. Like, hello, is this a collab related thing? No? Okay, what's up? What you doing? I don't feel nervous or anything in regards to that. I'll just ask first. No big deal. And no, I'm not going to worry about numbers when it comes to collabs. For the most part, if your only concern is growth and exposure, collabs have actually been hurting my growth and exposure. No, my growth. Exposure is definitely up, but growth and viewer count definitely get hurt whenever I do a collab, because people are just going to watch the person that they want to watch. Just because I'm in a collab with them doesn't mean they're going to have my stream open simultaneously. No. They'll just watch the one person that they want to watch, which I understand and I expect to happen. So I'm not going to think about numbers when it comes to collabs going forward. I'm just going to have fun with them, because that is the goal for me, to have fun while streaming. Not everyone's goal, but I'm not here to talk about other people. Okay. Let's see. Where'd it go? Where'd my doobop go? Oh, there it is. So, trends. So it's been a couple months now, and I definitely know that internet trends are a thing that exists. And as someone who wasn't really on Twitter before starting VTubing, I didn't know what to expect as far as VTuber trends go, but I need to pay attention to these things just to make sure I know what's going on around me in the thing that I'm doing. But these things come and go like crazy, and I'm sure I miss so many of them that it's insane. But seems like there's at least one every couple days, and that's just the big ones. Probably probably a ton of smaller trends that I'm not aware of. Point being, there's a lot of them, and a lot of people jump on board with the bandwagon. They are welcome to do so, but I'm still getting comfortable doing that. I do not think myself better for not doing that. No, 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 no. I just don't usually do that because it doesn't interest me. There is a big difference there, and I'd like you to keep that in mind. No, yeah. I started month 2 knowing how quickly trends come and go. So if you want to get involved with them and participate, you gotta pay attention, know what's going on, keep your eyes on the ball. And yeah, the frequency, they come and go pretty quickly. Now, being an after-work streamer, someone who does 8 hours a day and then streams a little bit in the evening, I miss a ton of opportunity to do these in a timely manner. By the time I'm able to open up Twitter and see what's going on, most of these things are like 6 to 12 hours old already, and for the most part I've missed the opportunity for it to be relevant, but that's only partly why my participation during month 2 was pretty low. I'm still getting comfortable doing stuff on social media and jumping on the bandwagon. I just don't have much experience doing it so far, so going forward, there's not much I can do about making sure I'm timely with these kind of things. If I'm at work, I'm at work, and I'm gonna miss a lot of stuff while I'm at work because I gotta focus on my job first. I just have to do that. But there are some trends that I can definitely get on board with. Ones that require custom art of my model, those are going to be out because this is the only model and artwork of it that I have at the moment. I am in the process of getting some emotes made to use on Twitch, but that'll just expand a little bit what I can do. I mean, I can definitely use them in thumbnails and memes and stuff like that, so having a little bit of, and if it's just your character here kind of bulk pack, so I'm gonna have a good variety going forward, but it's probably gonna be a while before I can fully participate in VTuber trends and stuff. Okay, so be it. Not too worried about that. And last talking point that I have is once again VTuber networking. So going into the second month, I'm in my regular day job, networking is a pretty big part of what I do. So actually doing the networking, talking to people, common interests, small talk, that's all stuff that I'm decent at. I'm not a super talkative person outside of stream, so I'm not great at networking, but you know, I can do it. Now, when we're talking about networking, I knew that my 2 big opportunities were when I raid somebody and when they're off stream, most likely in their Discord server. These are the 2 big ones that I have because trying to interact with people on Twitter is a little bit tough. There's just a flood of comments on there, and usually nothing really starts on Twitter. It's just a passing kind of thing, in my experience. So, let's see. Yeah, the reality of networking is I'm somebody who raids pretty much every time that I stream, and I've got a nice go-to list of people that I will raid, and every once in a while I'll add a new person to that list, and raiding is a great way to make somebody know that, hey, I'm streaming. We're probably playing the same game, so hey, there's opportunity there and common ground. Hey. It's led to something more long term a handful of times, but for the most part, it's just like opening the door. What you do with it afterwards is entirely up to you. Being somebody who is a lurker main on stream, though, there's a delicate balance you have to maintain with answering the raidees' questions that they ask you when you raid them. You're not in your chat anymore, you're in somebody else's chat. Don't make everything about yourself. Make sure that you respect their chat and what's going on there. It's about them now. And it's difficult to start any kind of meaningful networking kind of stuff there unless you just really hit it off with the person. So let's see. Now, a lot of people have their Discord servers, which is a great place to interact with them off stream, but you gotta be careful about that. And the only reason that I use the word careful is if you want something out of somebody when it comes to streaming, it's pretty obvious. Like, oh, you're only talking to me because you want me to promote you or you want to do a collab or something. So if you don't think that you can go into their Discord server and just be a part of their community without expecting anything in return from it, maybe you should just take a step back and evaluate what you're doing and why you're doing it. I've joined a handful of Discord servers, but not too many of them I actively participate in because a lot to manage and a lot to keep up with. So let's see, here's my doobop. There we go. I'm gonna keep rating people because honestly, getting that little message in chat saying IkarosFaln has rated your channel with X number of viewers, the bigger that number is in the message, the better it feels for me. And I turned off my live viewer count in Stream Manager during my first month of streaming. I didn't want to be focusing on that number. Well, even right now, I'm looking up and I can only see I've been going for 2 hours and 6 minutes. I have 43 followers and my bitrate is steady. That's all I can see right now. So there could be 100 people here and I wouldn't know. I don't think that there are, but you never know. I'm not gonna look at the live number. So it's always nice to see a big number when I initiate a raid and go send somebody else somewhere. And as far as offline networking goes, I absolutely need to make sure that I get my own Discord server up and running. Now, that'll definitely take a bit of effort, which, you know, it'll be a good thing to do. Good thing to learn the ins and outs. Shut the hell up, Stinkbug. I am almost done with my stream. Stop being a distraction. God damn. I have no idea where the thing came from. It's just started buzzing around in my room. But I definitely need to make my own Discord server just so that I have a place to do voice calls for collabs without having to create a new direct message or a group message with people on Discord all the time. I assume it's going to be pretty quiet in my Discord at first, but I'm not going to worry about that. We can slowly start adding people, adding features, adding channels, blah 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 blah. So yeah, that's that. Oh, cool. That was my last post-it note. So We broke 2 hours just a little bit. No problem with that. All okay with me. So I'm going to toss this back up just one more time. Just so that I can admire the numbers a little bit. Yes, I'm feeling good about having bigger numbers here than the last time I did one of these streams. It's true. Instead, I'm not concerned about the numbers, but it still feels good to have the big numbers on the screen. So, that is all I wanted to cover tonight. There aren't too many people online, it looks like. So, if anyone has any raid suggestions, please throw them in the chat. Otherwise, I think I saw Petra's online. I can just go raid her. Yeah, Petra's online. I'll just plan to raid her. So let's go set that up real quick. Search. Petra. Bing. Fantastic. Okay. Great. So, thank you for joining me tonight. I hope you have a good rest of your day, and I look forward to seeing you again next time. Goodbye.